Oh, why?
And at some point in the future, it will actually begin recording.
Someday.
For example, at the beginning of the last mana pool, it cut off some non-zero amount of time between the time I hit record, because I did the whole thing I'm doing right now where I say, eventually, let's fill some time and eventually we'll start recording. And we were partway through a conversation that, like, Mike was speaking when the video started. And I was like, oh, I'm glad that I give it that time then.
Huh.
Yeah, it's awkward. It's a little awkward.
That is a bit weird.
I turned off all the lights in the rest of the apartment. So it's...
Were they stealing your bandwidth?
Well, no, I just hit the lights as I walk past. And usually I leave the one in the living room on, so I'm just looking down the hallway into pitch blackness. It's a little disconcerting.
The darkness. That's where we keep our magic missiles.
It is. At least that's where we send them.
I mean, they can't miss, so it works out.
They can't?
No, they don't miss.
Nice.
That's the whole point.
The arcane missiles in Hearthstone miss, because they're bastards.
They're not sufficiently magical then.
That's true. Also, apologies ahead of time. I have a headache that popped up all of a sudden. I'm going to blame Cluze, Bill, and YouTube for my sudden stress headache.
That sounds right. I'll take a third of that.
Yeah. YouTube. I got 6 copyright claims earlier tonight.
Ooh, that's double strikeout.
All on my speedrunners videos.
That's a weird choice.
Yeah. Well, I only have 6 speedrunners videos, which is why it was those.
Oh, then that adds up. That's just math, Chewie.
Yeah. But the claim makes no sense, and it's completely bogus on all 6 of them.
Claim.
So
That's how YouTube works.
It is, yeah. I saw Tiny Build had a tweet about this from 2 years ago.
Ooh.
And I also saw someone else respond to that tweet 25 minutes ago and like, greetings from 2019. It's still happening. All of my speedrunners videos just got hit. And I was like, mine did too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So I'm going to blame most of my stress on that and a little bit on Cluze and Bill.
I mean, that's still fair. I'll own some of that.
Yeah.
I do what I can. I mean, I did just give out your credit card number.
I thought it was my bank number.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. So his credit card number is 8.
Yeah.
You see, it's like his bank number, but it's one off.
Yeah. I did that on purpose.
Don't mix them up. Otherwise, you're just going to look like a fool.
Also, I just noticed, Bill, you're off center. Could you...
I can center.
Oh, there we go. I was going to say, I didn't know if you wanted to...
Way easier than moving the camera.
Shift yourself. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So... That's been 3 minutes. It's started recording by now. Let's go.
It better.
Oh, wait. We need a thumbnail.
Well, seeing as we were commenting on it, might as well get our product placement in.
Is it YouTube you're about to product place?
Magic missile.
Oh, wait a minute. The glare right there. Okay. Okay, that was good.
All right.
I just have scissors.
I mean, scissors do defeat paper. So in a battle, you would win.
Don't I always win though?
I mean, I don't know. That sounds like a personal choice.
I'm pretty sure if all I did was win, I'd be in a better spot right now.
I mean, you still have to play.
Oh, there's my problem.
Yeah.
Okay, let's begin this show.
Yeah.
Ow, jam! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Monday Night Magic here on twitch.tv/themanapool. I'm Chewie. and I have a headache.
Hi, Chewie.
Hi. No, this way. On that side of the screen over there is Squee.
Hi, I'm here to give Chewie a headache.
It's true. And nowhere on the screen or in the call is Cluze. So, yeah. Cluze regrets that he can't be here this evening, but he can't.
I like to think that he's building up the hype for when he eventually gets here and he gets to just talk about all the goblins at once. It just seems likely to me.
We'll go with that. So, there is a little bit of news. Not much, but enough to bother doing a show. So, let's begin. First up, Mythic Championship 3 was this weekend.
The search for Spock.
Did you know that? Because apparently, lots of people didn't.
I mean, I knew that we were previewing Gorsat stuff all week. So plenty of attention to that.
Yeah. Did you know there was a Mythic Championship this weekend?
To my knowledge, maybe 68 people know. Maybe. I did not.
See? And we talk about Magic news every week.
True. I feel like 2 weeks ago I knew it was this weekend, but last week I forgot. Because, I will look ahead to see what's coming up, but I just completely forgot this one. Which is unfortunate, because there have only been 3, and I've already forgot one.
Well, and there's never been one like this. This is a whole new animal, so...
Yeah.
You think they would have wanted to hype it up really hard, but...
One would think.
I was telling Squee before the show that I saw, during the Mythic Championship, I saw the Magic Arena Twitter account linking people to rando content creator streams while the Mythic Championship was on. It's like the PR machine doesn't know how to PR. Or they didn't bother to, coordinate their efforts across all of the official accounts to all point to the same thing.
Yeah.
Which is not only a missed opportunity, it's really bad and stupid.
Yeah. It sounds like they were probably splitting focus over 2 things, and 2 things should be manageable, but here we are.
Yeah. But anyway, so this was the Arena Mythic Championship, the first of its kind. And it consisted of the 32 MPL members and then 36 other people that came from various places.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as you can see here, Matthias Leverato won, which you might be like, yay, but no, this is actually crazy. Look at this. This was the top 4. Hang on, let me find it. The top 4 consisted of Matthias, Brad Nelson, Kai freaking Buddha, and Shahar Shenhar.
Those are names. Those are names you've heard before.
Yeah, what? So as a recap, we've got Kai, who has the most Pro Tour top 8s or Pro Tour victories of anybody by a wide margin. Shahar Shenhar was the back-to-back World Championship. There we go. Twice. Obviously, back-to-back means twice.
Haha, multiple backs.
Brad Nelson has been on an absolutely sick tear in the MPL, apparently. He's undefeated.
I think Brad Nelson's deal is that he just likes sitting at the top table and does whatever he can to do it. So if you ever need to find him at an event, go to the top table. He's probably there.
Yeah. And then you've got this guy, whose handle is apparently Levunga, who got here through queuing via Magic Arena and winning the tournament, if I remember correctly. And yeah, the finals were Leverato and Brad Nelson. And apparently they had to play twice? Which look like what you're seeing this top 4 bracket, right?
I am.
What does this mean? We've got the grand finals that Brad Nelson won 2-0, but then there's another one and Leverado won 2-1. Like, why is that called the grand finals if there was another match? I'm so confused.
I don't know because I certainly didn't watch it, and I am confused. It's weird also to me that I didn't actually read that before.
The grand finals were double elimination? What?
I mean, if they were double elimination, then one of them winning the first one of them winning the second one should not be enough.
Right? So we've got the upper bracket, and the loser of each of the first 2 matches went down to the lower bracket. And then the loser of the upper bracket finals played the winner
I see
of that down into the lower bracket finals. So those were the 2 finals. And then the grand finals was this.
Yeah, this makes more sense now.
It does?
Yeah, it's because looking at the breakdown of like winning and losing for the earlier rounds, Brad Nelson lost in the upper finals once. And so then right after that, Matthias lost his first game in the grand finals. So the extra one down at the bottom was the first time that one of them won 2.
Oh, okay. Now I see.
Or rather, one of them lost 2 because they both did well before that. But yeah, this makes more sense. It's just the way that they have it on this chart is confusing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was double elimination for the entire bracket, not just the final round.
So it's this this graphic that's dumb. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So,
I think it doesn't help that they're using red to represent victory when usually red represents defeat. So that's a little confusing, too.
Sure. But yeah, so Matias Liberato won the whole damn thing, which is awesome, because, like, just look at the names he had to get through. He beat Shahar Shinhar, he beat Brad Nelson, he lost to Brad Nelson, he beat Brad Nelson. And that's just on Sunday.
Yeah, keep in mind, like, as it is the Mythic Championship, getting to the end also means you beat a lot of big names. You don't really get freebies there.
Yeah, let's see here. He beat Li Shi-chan, he beat Ken Yukihiro, and then he lost to Brad Nelson. But he still made it to the top 4. Good lord. And he still made it to the top 4 because he beat Li Shi-chan again. I bet this makes a lot more sense if you watch it live.
I mean, I think I can follow it now that I know what's going on, but it is a bit messy. Like, once you just acknowledge that once you get to the top 4, it's like, okay, don't lose twice. It makes sense, but trying to chart that out when it could have a varying number of rounds based on how cleanly people go in the beginning does make it kind of messy.
A little bit.
I'm just reading it like you all have 2 HP, and when you lose an HP. And then it makes sense to me.
That does make more sense, yeah. All right, then. But yeah, a big congrats to Matthias. Since there are only 68 players, we have a very concise metagame breakdown where 25% of the field brought an Esper control deck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 players were on Is It Phoenix, and 9 on the Esper Hero deck. 8 were on the Bant Ramp deck, 6 on White Aggro, and only 5 on Mono Red Aggro.
Yeah.
And that was the field.
How do you feel about the fact that they identify MPL members versus challengers in this?
Makes sense.
It's just entertaining to me that, like, the MPL was, like, way more down for Esper.
Oh, yeah. Whereas the
Like we say
challengers
25% of the field, but really like more than half of that 25% was the MPL. So definitely skewed in that direction.
Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are only 10 of the 32 MPL players not playing an Esper deck.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's a whole mess here about the metagame breakdown because Frank Karsten wrote it, so of course there is.
It's true.
But yeah, nothing else really to say about that. Is there?
Not really. I mean, it's, you know, we can't really harp too long about, hey, check out this meta because one, it's built for beating exactly these other players, and two, standard theoretically will change in 2 weeks when another set comes out. So kind of neat to look at right now, but
yeah,
don't get too attached to these deck lists.
Yeah, as Bill said before the show, this is everyone bringing either what they thought was the best or what they thought would beat what everyone else thought is the best.
Yeah. And granted, that's always what metagaming is. Like, that's why it's a skill. But in this case, it's a bit more concise because there's only 68 people and you know they're all good. So.
Wait a minute, this isn't the field because the guy that won was playing Simic Nexus. Was he the only one playing that? I'm so confused. I could have sworn this would be everything. 14 players with more offbeat decks. If you scroll down, you'll find it. So we had 3 players playing Gruul mid-range, 2 MPL, and 1 Challenger. 3 players on Civic Nexus, including the guy who won, who I'm going to say is this one right here in the middle. Yeah. 2 on Sultai Dreadhorde, 2 on Grixis Bolus, and 1 each on Bant Midrange, Selesnya Tokens, Jund Warriors, and Simic Ramp. All 4 of those were challengers, it should be pointed out.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. My brain just suddenly clicked. I was like, hang on, we're missing information.
Included in the first batch.
Say what?
I kind of wish this wasn't so far away from the other list.
Yeah, like it could be a separate graphic, but put it like right below it or something.
Or at least have an other in the top one, and then explain what that other is down here, because it is kind of misleading to look at it the way it was before.
So yeah, there are 14 players that weren't listed up here, apparently.
Yeah.
But okay, there you go.
All right, then.
All right, then. So, moving on. Let's hope that for future Arena Mythic Championships, they, you know, promote it more.
I mean,
maybe.
We'll see. We know they're doing more, so we'll find out.
That is true. We do know. They've told us.
It's true. We have that rare future knowledge about what WotC's going to do.
Oh, also, this made me happy. Listeners of the Mana Pool will know that this unlucky planeswalker that we that are on these curses from, this was a Commander set, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Commander 2017. We named him Travis the Cursed, and there seems to be an uncanny resemblance between Matthias and Travis.
I mean, I appreciate the fact that it's curse, 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 blessing, victory.
Oh, yeah, right. You have been cleansed of your curses, and then he won.
Yeah.
Who tweeted this? This is Robert Taylor. This was brilliant.
I appreciate it.
You know what? I'm gonna like it right now. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So the only other news.
Coalition victory right there.
The only other news that we can find this week is core set stuff. Like, there's just nothing going on other than A Mythic
That's what I'm
Championship that
sending that to you right now.
no one talked about, and a new set. So hey, we've got the Planeswalker deck, Planeswalkers, that we're not going to go into, but they've been revealed along with the full deck lists of the Planeswalker decks.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got a Johnny, Muyan Ling, Sorin, Chandra, and Vivian are the Planeswalker deck Planeswalkers. And then there's the Spellslinger Starter Kit, which this is the no, actually, I have no idea what the Spellslinger Starter Kit is. Do you? There's so many things and so many different names for things. Oh, it's the 2-player learn to play thing. That's what it is. Yeah, where the decks are already in order, and there's a little guide that comes with it.
That makes sense.
Which
would be why it's like red versus white.
Yeah, and there's a little guide that comes with it that walks the two new players through this game.
Makes sense.
So you crack it open, and here's your deck, here's my deck, and then it explains things as you go, like a tutorial in a video game.
Yeah. It's just here's your walkthrough.
Yeah, and that's actually really fascinating.
Nice.
Yeah. So there you go. If you want to check those out, link is in the show notes. As always, if you're listening in audio, and otherwise you can see it on the screen. You can pause as I'll even pause for a quick second. Oh, wait, there's the black. Oh, wait, there's the black. Okay. There's the red. And there's the green. There you go. Anybody wants to pause those, go for it.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you can inch forward using the keys on your keyboard, or you can just hit play.
What he said. All right. Also, with Core Set 2020, we've got tokens.
Tokens!
And these tokens are new and different.
Yeah, they are.
These actually don't look like Wizards tokens. They look like random homemade tokens.
Yeah, they look like someone found the middle ground between the cool third-party tokens you can just buy at a table at an event, and a little bit reminding me of the tokens from back in Future Sight, where they're like, oh, this doesn't actually have any text on it. Let's just give you cool art. And
those weren't tokens. Those were cards.
Oh, you're right. Those were actually cards. They felt like tokens, but you're right. You're entirely right. They were
yeah.
That's what vanilla dudes look like in that set, which is awesome. But, no, these are cool. I like them.
Yeah. They've done away with the outer bits of the frame, and it's just full art, but there's still the text box when necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like the way a Johnny's Pridemate is not only a card, now it's a token.
Yeah. I also like how a Johnny's Pridemate looks like this is what happens when Lionel had one too many and wakes up in the wrong place and doesn't know where he's supposed to be or where his pants are, but hey, there's a soldier. I'm going to go ask her how to get home.
Let's find the Mega Condenser. Samoflange. Anyway, I like the extra fancy demon.
Yeah.
The wolf is gorgeous. The golem is badass.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, and the bird.
The elemental really looks like it came from somewhere else. Like the bright coloring on the elemental bird and the actual fire elemental makes me feel like I'm looking at stuff from a different game.
Possibly.
Like, not bad. It just feels like an asset from something else. And the treasure looks like you steal it from the Cave of Wonders.
Or it looks like right back here, Smaug is going to come around the corner and set your ass on fire.
He does that. Maybe that's what the elemental is. It wasn't actually supposed to be a fire elemental, but...
Oh, it was someone going after the treasure.
Could be.
I see. Damn it, Smaug.
Oh, hey, I just noticed in the zombie.
In the zombie?
If you look at the sky behind the zombie, you got some Emrakul tentacles.
Well, yeah, this is the token from one of the zombie tokens from Innistrad.
It's just a little more clear in this scale. Like, I think it's more clear to me than it was before.
What the hell was that set?
Shadows of Innistrad?
No, the second one.
Oh.
with
Um.
Emrakul.
Yeah. See, now I'm blanking on it. And I feel
Yeah, me
bad.
too. It's completely fallen off.
Uh,
Chat, you guys got it?
Whispers. Something.
Wait, what was that?
Was it? It wasn't Whispers. It was Eldritch Moon.
Eldritch Moon. I was like, it's something with the moon that can't. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay Spencer. And thank you, Matt Man, for the follow. Welcome, welcome. So that's the tokens. Nothing really else to say. The new frame is neat. A lot of people have. So okay, look at a Johnny's Pride Mate, right?
Yeah.
You see how the art sort of dips back behind the text box on the sides, you know? Well,
yeah.
And then the text box has its particular shape that forms the bottom of the card.
Yeah.
Well, like look at the soldier token, which still has that weird bottom of the card, like bottom of the text box shape.
Oh. Yeah.
With the white outline around it. Even though inside there is just more of the art.
Yeah.
And like it looks fine on the zombie because the outline is black, so it sort of blends in. And it even looks sort of all right on the wolf, but not really. But on the golem and the soldier, it's just weird. The bottom of this rectangle here for no reason. Like, why is that outlined in white?
Like they're doing the color frame thing.
Yeah, but only on that.
Well, they're doing the same thing at the top around the word soldier. It's just a lot more clear at the bottom because it's got a much darker contrast. Like all of them are still following the same color scheme as the top.
Well, yeah, but it's the fact that there's nothing here to outline. It's just more of the art. So why does it have the white outline around it?
Oh, I see what you're. I mean, I think that's just card frame's gonna card frame. But
yeah,
it is weird.
It is, but it's just odd. Yeah.
It is a little strange.
But oh well. Like he said, card frame's gonna card frame. What else do we even have with Corset? Because we don't really talk about previews here.
No, that's
not really.
For
we've got all of the Cavaliers now, the Mythic cycle. They're all pretty cool.
I mean, there's a lot of neat stuff here. Like, I haven't read these in depth, but I remember seeing Soren and being entertained.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I see 3-mana Planeswalker that's not just like, here's the mass-produced Planeswalker set, it gets my attention.
Yeah.
Especially if it's 3-mana Planeswalker who can use all 3 of his abilities when he pops out.
Yeah.
So.
Like, the vibe I got from this, I don't know if they've said this anywhere, but the vibe I've gotten from this is that this is like Baby Soren.
Yeah, that's the impression I got from his picture, too. Because this looks like he's in, like, 80s/90s goth mode rather than his modern goth mode. Like, this is his LARPing Soren from his early days, back when he played Vampire the Masquerade. But yes, Soren, Imperious Bloodlord, 2 and a black. Legendary Planeswalker Soren, big surprise. He's a mythic. I have to clarify that on Planeswalkers now. He's a mythic. 4 loyalty, +1, target creature you control gains death touch and lifelink till end of turn. If it's a vampire, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Neat. +1, you may sacrifice a vampire. When you do, Soren Imperious Bloodlord deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. So that's neat. It goes and bites somebody. But the thing that makes it interesting for me is -3, you may put a vampire creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Now, he starts with 4, and his -3 lets him put a vampire on the battlefield. He costs 3. So, essentially, if you've got your 3 mana on time and a beefy vampire in your hand, you could just drop it and still have Soren sitting around at 1, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like, that's the kind of effect that I find fun. I don't know if it's going to blow up the world or anything, but I'm entertained by it. Like, someone will probably do something funny for it, even if it's only casual.
Oh, yeah.
So, could be neat. But yeah, this is young Soren when he's like... Oh, this isn't even like Vampire the Masquerade Soren. This is like Kindred the Embrace Soren, because he doesn't really have a TV lighting budget. Yeah, he's rocking that 90s Fox experience. Poor Soren. That man's going to be stuck in a wall one day.
Apologies that Cluze is not here again to tell you how much he loves Goblin Ringleader being in Standard.
But he would. I don't even think he knows yet.
He's been tagged on Twitter enough times. I'm sure he knows about that one.
It's probably fair. Do you enjoy Fry as much as I do?
Fry.
It's red.
Oh, the card.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not really a huge fan of Futurama, but okay. Yeah, Fry's pretty great.
I mean, it's entirely for like the art, but yeah.
Oh yeah, the card is whatever.
The card is sideboard.
It's a color hate spell, yeah. But so for 1 and a red, it's an instant that can't be countered, and deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker that's white or blue.
Yeah.
But the art is just classic.
Yeah. Admittedly, color hosers that can hurt, planeswalkers. Because like 5 damage to target planeswalker that's white or blue, probably gonna kill that planeswalker. So like this is not inconsequential as a sideboard card, but
oh yeah, like especially with all the Esper planeswalker decks running around right now.
Like whenever we get color hosers, the ones that outright kill the thing, control how much people play that thing. And white or blue creatures is like, yeah, okay. Creatures or planeswalkers is like most of the plan.
Yeah.
So for it being an instant that only costs 2, this might actually do stuff. So that's cool. But mostly I'm entertained because it's what remains of a bird. Like you get like the little story where you have Flame Sweep with this dragon breathing fire down at something, and you have what's left of a bird there, and then you have the goblin bird grabber, which depending on the angle looks like it's just got a giant chicken leg. And as a story, it's just fun.
You're so cute.
This is how the world works, man. Infuriate is also fun to say.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Infuriate.
It's a red instant. As you would guess from the name.
Oh yeah, the not. Oh god, what was the red giant growth called? Brute Force. The not Brute Force.
Yeah.
Because Brute Force is probably too good.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like brutish force. It's not quite brute.
Yeah, it's +3/+2 for a single red.
Still pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else that was so nuts that we had to talk about it on this show?
Did you talk, was the land out as of Mana Pool last week, the Lotus Field?
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like a card that I would steal from Mike.
Yeah. How would you steal it from Mike?
I don't know. I would find a way.
Because it has hexproof.
I'm aware it has hexproof. I would find a way. Mike would accidentally donate it or something.
That does sound like something Mike would do.
But
Mike
yeah,
is my Mana Pool co-host, by the way.
Yeah. And I'm alluding to the fact that there was a game once upon a time where Mike sacked like a lot of important stuff on his board to put out some kind of mana engine type thing, and I immediately stole it with Dak Faden, and that was pretty much the end of the game. Like it didn't end for like another 20 minutes, but that was pretty much the end of it.
Wasn't that at a GP?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I walked past it, was like, damn!
Yeah, it was pretty cold.
So what's Lotus Field do?
Lotus Field, it's a rare land. Look at that. It's got hexproof. Lotus Field enters the battlefield tapped. When Lotus Field enters the battlefield, sacrifice 2 lands. This card sucks. Oh. Tap. Add 3 mana of any one color. Hey!
Yeah.
That's good. That's really, really good.
Yeah. Now, the previous week on the Mana Pool, we did a Mythic Conscription episode for Weatherlight. And we talked about how Lotus Veil was bad. Because you remember Lotus Veil? It didn't enter the battlefield tapped, but you had to sacrifice untapped lands when it entered the battlefield. And we're like, this card is just not good. Mm-hmm. And then the next week, we got to talk about Lotus Field, which is like Lotus Veil, but not crappy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, presumably you're tapping those lands to do something else. Then you put down your Lotus Field, sack the 2 tapped lands, whoop-de-doo. Lotus Field comes in tap, so it comes in tap land. Net result. Okay, cool. The next turn, you get what you need. You get 3 of any one color. It's got hexproof, so it's not just going to get blown up to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
And yeah, if you have this, if you play this when someone has Blood Sun out, it literally has no drawback. Because Blood Sun, what does Blood Sun do? It removes any abilities from lands that aren't mana abilities.
Yeah.
So you lose the hexproof, but you also lose the Enter the Battlefield tapped, and you lose the sacrifice.
Yeah.
So it's a land that you play and then tap for 3 mana, which is
what people will do with it.
Which is stupid.
Just as a bit of advice for people the first time you use this, don't play this on the first 2 turns. Don't make that mistake. Just telling you, someone's gonna do it.
That's true, yeah.
And it's gonna feel real bad. Because you can't just pick it up and say you didn't do that if you're playing like at a tournament. Like, you did it. It was a legal play to put it down. Now you have to finish it. It will eat itself.
And it's delicious.
Yeah.
Did you notice Disenchant is back, by the way?
I think I did see that before.
So,
fun thing, when I started playing Magic, Disenchant was around and Naturalize wasn't.
Yeah.
So, in my brain, Disenchant has been a white effect, and Naturalize has been a white effect that was printed in green for like 12 years. I know Naturalize is the real thing, but it's always Disenchant in my brain when I'm like, oh, destroy target artifact or enchantment. That's Disenchant.
Yeah, that's Disenchant that.
Yeah, like that's just how it works for me.
Yeah, but yeah, we haven't actually seen Disenchant in a very long time. And look, here it is. But like, we also get protection back.
Yeah, there's a lot of like between that, the protection, like the Hoser colored cards. There's a lot of retro feel to this, which is impressive after, last year we got Dominaria. We're just getting all kinds of fun.
But like, so the first card that I saw that had protection was the Blight Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
Which is 1 and a black for a 1/1 insect. It's uncommon. It has protection from green, and creatures your opponents control can't have +1/+1 counters put on them. Which is, as far as 2 mana uncommon black cards go, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But like, it's the protection from green. Protection hasn't been seen in Standard for a good long while, because protection, it's one of those abilities that's just confusing enough.
Yeah, it's not so confusing that they'll never do it again. Like, it's no banding or anything dumb like that. But it does more than people seem to be able to intuit or remember.
Yeah. Like, we saw it in Modern Horizons, and we're like, well, that's Modern Horizons. That's fine. And then we saw it in M20, and I'm like, what? So, protection, because this comes up so infrequently, I feel the urge to always tell you this. Protection, the word to remember is debt. Like, being in debt because of student loans. DEBT. Why is that pronounced debt? There's a B.
I will go into linguistics with you later.
Okay, fine. But it's DEBT, which is damage. It can't be damaged by the stuff it has protection from. The E is enchantment or equipment. It can't be enchanted or equipped by the thing. The B is blocked. It can't be blocked by anything with that characteristic. And what did I say? T can't be targeted by anything. So protection from green means that it can't have any of that stuff from anything green. Yours or your opponent's.
Stuff, by the way, yeah.
Do what?
Yeah, I'm reiterating because you were saying it, but like that includes your stuff. People do make that mistake.
Yeah. Now, if you jump down to green real quick and look at Veil of Summer.
Okay.
Where'd it go? There it is. So, Veil of Summer has... Okay, so for a single green, it's another color hate card. It's an instant. Draw a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and from black until end of turn. This hexproof from is what we've been getting instead of protection for a while. And the fact that this set has protection scattered throughout it, but also here's an example where you have hexproof from in the same set. I don't understand their reasoning.
Yeah, like the idea behind hexproof was to have something that had part of the feel of like the shroud mechanic, which was like, can't be touched by all those things, but you could still like block it and interact with it and all that stuff. But like hexproof took on the job of also filling in for protection when they didn't want to throw protection around anymore. And the fact that it's here with protection is strange. Also, just the fact that like this card in and of itself, I don't really like the design on it.
Really?
Like, is there anything that prevents someone from countering Veil of Summer?
No.
I know, like that's the problem. Like, I don't think that's intuitive to people. Well, because,
I mean, this is your counter spell that you play in green. Mm-hmm. So if someone says counter that, or if someone goes instant speed kill your dude, you Veil of Summer in response.
Yeah.
And if they have another
I know
counter,
what its job is. I just don't think, like, I think this is actually something that's not going to be as intuitive for players. Because, like, typically on an effect that's, like, not getting countered, not going to counter, no more countering, whatever, they would have also put on the card, the spell can't be countered. Like, they didn't for balance reasons. It totally makes sense, but the fact that it's, like, all these other things but not itself is going to feel funny. I could also just be overthinking.
I think you're overthinking it, yeah.
Which I do.
Yeah.
So. But
yeah, I love this card, like the design of it, because it's a counter or it's a kill your thing counter, and it even keeps them from trying to do it later, because spells you control can't be countered this turn stops the counter spells, and then you and your stuff getting hexproof stops any further kill spells. I just like that it's like, no, just no.
Yeah.
I like it. I actually like most of the hate cards in this set, actually.
Hate cards tend to be pretty well put together.
Yeah.
They also tend to give you an idea of what you can expect in the next set or two that might need some kind of balancing.
Oh, yeah.
Because when these things are going to be in the format with cards for a while, I think they're more willing to push it a little bit so that you still feel justified running those in the face of this. But
yeah, also
pretty art too.
Thrashing Bronto Dave is back in standard.
Yeah,
because Thrashing Bronto Dave is awesome.
It doesn't leave standard.
What? Fan says, does cast a spell mean resolve a spell or just cast? Just cast.
Yeah, only casting.
I don't know what part. I don't know what we were talking about that caused that to come up, but cast, yeah, for Veil of Summer. So yeah, that means when they say counter your thing, you cast Veil of Summer because they have cast a blue or black spell this turn. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you can do it before it resolves to save your own spell. Yeah. And to draw a card. Hey!
Hooray.
Okay, that was a long time on nonsense.
It is what we do.
But I brought that up because of the hexproof from being in the same set as the return of protection to standard. And it's not like it's just the one card. There are several cards in the set that have protection. Of course, I can't think of any by name. Wait, there was a white one. Wasn't there?
It feels like it. I've seen a few cards with protection, so whether they're in the gallery or not, I'm not sure.
Either way. But anyway. So there, that's, I guess, go listen to the Mana Pool on Thursday if you watch it live, or next week, and we'll go over even more
Yeah,
of these cards, because that's what we do on that show.
correct.
Hey, there's a bug blog.
Yeah, there's a lot of bugs. I
Good
appreciate our
lord.
desire to get away from the other event.
Wait, what?
No, we already did cover it. I just forgot already. Nice. Yeah, bug blog. All right, cool.
Well, look, you didn't know it was happening, so you might as well have
Yeah.
forgotten that we talked about it.
Yeah. Well, I was actually thinking about Seattle, but
Oh, yeah, we'll do that at the end.
yeah, that's fine. So the bug blog has a bunch of stuff on it. I'm not going to read it all to you. I mainly wanted to mention it being a thing because there were a few effects on it that I think are worth noting. Usually I try to draw attention whenever there are things that like end games, like not the right way. So
Remember, this is from Magic Online. You remember that program? It's still a thing.
yeah.
It's still a thing.
Yeah,
That's
this
where
is
you can play
Magic Online. This is
Modern
that place where
Horizons.
people go to play Modern on their computers.
Yeah. And that's where you go to play with Modern Horizons digitally.
Yes. And that's probably where some of these bugs came from.
Almost certainly, because this is a lot, dude.
This is way more than we normally get. Usually they'll have like 4 or 5, but this is a ton of stuff. If you play Magic Online, you should definitely go look at this because there's a lot to it. And these are both gameplay and general stuff. But the ones that I kind of highlighted when I looked over this earlier were, first of all, where'd you go? There's so much, and they're not in any reasonable order. Let's see. The clash mechanic doesn't function correctly if the result is a tie. So if you're playing with clash, like the mechanic does not actually do what it's supposed to.
Haven't we had that before?
It's been a bug before, but I thought they fixed it, and I guess they dug it out and put it up again. Let's see.
Oh, the one right below that was one you mentioned.
Yeah, that was one of the ones. So like face down creatures are incorrectly treated as having the same name. Like face down creatures don't have names. They're not like tokens where their name is essentially the type that it says was created. Like they don't have names. They do not exist. So cards that like destroy all things named blank don't do that to them because they don't have them.
Yeah, because there's the bounce spell is the one that always comes to mind. That's like return target permanent to its owner's hand and all permanents with the same name.
Yeah.
But I can't think of the name of it. It's
I was thinking of the black spell from Innistrad that kills everything with a name, which for some reason I'm blanking on now. I remember it because it cost me a PTQ one, so naturally I've forgotten it.
Naturally.
But yeah, it was like in the bloodline or something. But regardless, that's wrong. And among a lot of cards that do effects like that, in the event that you're playing with face down things for whatever reason, definitely be aware of that, because if someone takes advantage of it, then they're doing something that they probably know shouldn't work and they're cheating. In fact, if anyone takes advantage of anything on this list, you need to report it. Even if they say it's an accident, you need to report it so that there's a log that they did that, because if they make a habit of it, they're cheating.
Yeah.
So just be aware. And obviously don't do these things yourself because it's cheating. So that was one of the standout ones for me.
I just like how vague Aura Semite Guardian functions incorrectly.
Yeah, a lot of them have that text, and that's part of why I haven't really gone into them.
Like, does that mean the tap ability or the grandeur ability? Like, it just functions incorrectly. That doesn't...
Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't know.
But then others, like Everstrike, can incorrectly return multiple auras from the graveyard. Well, why doesn't that just say functions incorrectly? I don't know. Like, that's weird to me. All right, so one of them that was strange to me is that right there in that area, Baron Glory, also known as the Cheese Stands Alone. Baron Glory, I'm just going to read you the text in case you've never heard it before. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control no permanents other than Baron Glory and have no cards in hand, you win the game. The text here says, Baron Glory does not function correctly as its trigger is resolving. That can only mean one thing to me, and that's that you don't win the game. You don't win the game, yeah.
And considering Baron Glory is the only permanent you have as an enchantment, and you have no cards and no lands, you've lost the game. Like, that's that. Like, you're not going to come back from that. Like, the whole point is you get there, the trigger happens, you win. But yeah, like, you could just say you don't win as the bug here. Does not function correctly is more confusing to me, because it makes me wonder if, like, does the game freeze? Does something else happen?
Yeah.
Just odd. But yeah, that is kind of problematic.
There's there's one at the top. Explorer scope can cause the game to be reset.
Yeah, I have no idea what it does that would do that. When a great creature attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it on the battlefield tapped.
And reset.
That is not a unique effect. That is not a unique thing to Explorer scope. So I don't know how that can lead to the game resetting. I'm really curious. If anyone has seen this happen, like, just the part of me that, like, wants to know how bugs, you know, what does the computer think is happening that justifies a reset? Like, is the Explorer scope actually just Karn in a tube? Like, what's happening? What makes that occur?
You look through it and you see Karn looking back at you like, excuse me.
Hey. How you doing? I'm a pacifist today. I'm just going to go look and, oh, I don't like what I see. Start over. Do over. There's a do-over. Like, it's just, you pick up a Karn in a tube at the gas station. I don't know. It's just weird. But, like, that's just the one that I don't understand. There's a ton of other stuff in here. Like, there's a bunch of bugs. But, like, the main ones to note were the face-down creatures thing, I think, is a fundamental flaw that could be actually exploited.
Yeah.
The Explorer scope resetting the game is strange, and you should always know when something can reset the game.
Yeah.
That's just bad. A lot of these are just not working properly. Whether they tell you why they're not working properly or not.
Yeah, like high seas does not affect green creatures.
That's half its job.
Yeah, high seas says red creature spells and green creature spells cost 1 more to play. So, like, that's literally 50% of what it does.
Yeah. Yeah. The Baron Glory thing outright kills a deck that's using that as a win condition. So, like, that's kind of important.
Yeah. Pia's Revolution creates an incorrect prompt. Okay, wait, what's Pia's Revolution? Whenever a non-token artifact is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to your hand unless target opponent has Pia's Revolution, deal 3 damage to him or her.
So I guess it's a pop-up for your opponent that says, will you take 3 damage?
Well, it's supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
I wonder if it's a pop-up that says something like, can I kick your dog?
What if the bug on that one is straight up, it appears for you?
Ha!
Because if the card instead says, will you let target opponent take 3 damage or get Pia's Revolution?
Like, yes, as a matter of fact, I will.
Oh, choices now. I love it when I get to pick whether or not they browbeat. Life is great. But I don't know. Like, we don't have details on these, so we're just making up funny stories. But if anyone's playing Magic Online and knows the deal behind some of these, I would be curious to hear about it. Because there's a lot here, and there's a bit more than I want to speculate on beyond what we've already done.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just be aware. Magic Online is super complicated and has, approximately 1 billion or less cards. So some of them have funny interactions. This is what you get when you go older than, say, Arena Standard. So, neat.
All right.
But don't cheat.
Please don't. Okay. So the last thing we have to talk about is there was a GP this weekend, it turns out. I would just like
Event 21.
So, okay. This is a conversation I had with Bill in the pre-show, but I'm going to have it again. Mm-hmm. So, this is the coverage, the Channel Fireball coverage page, right?
Yeah.
I don't use ad blockers and never have. And Bill thinks that's the reason that I do this. But that means I have trained my brain to ignore this top part of the screen on all websites because it's either just an ad or it's a banner for the website I'm on. So I just ignore this and jump down to the data, which is all of this. So I looked at this
Yeah.
and saw that the most recent one was June 14th through the 16th, and I went, oh, there weren't any GPs this weekend. Sweet. And I mentioned that in the Discord server, and someone goes, I thought Seattle was this weekend. Am I wrong? And I went, I don't know. I'm looking at the page. I don't see it. Weird. Oh, damn it. Because this isn't just a banner. It's the actual entry. Here's the banner right here. Between the top and the data is the
Admittedly,
only banner.
when websites have that element at the top, it's usually part of a carousel that cycles through. So if it's not moving, it also kind of becomes background noise.
Yeah, so like if we go to Star City Games, like they've got this right here, which is just like all of their recent crap and sales and stuff.
Yeah.
And
But it does cycle through things. Because it's carousel.
I mean, hell, if we go to the
But the thing at the top of the Star City Games that you would ignore is that banner.
Yeah, like if we go to the manapool.com, you see the top, it's just a banner for the website, and then right here is the carousel thing that cycles through all the recent episodes, right?
Yeah.
So I just ignore that on every website right there, because usually that doesn't matter. But on this page, not this page, but on this page, this is vital information. And it drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
But anyway, so GP Seattle was this weekend. It's Modern Horizons Limited, which means not only does it not matter because it's limited, it doesn't matter because it's Modern Horizons, which is a super niche limited format.
Yeah.
But this tournament was weird. They had 2 day ones.
It had a day one, and then it had day one harder. Which may or may not have actually been harder.
Day one, part 2, I don't know, day one Electric Boogaloo. I don't know.
Day one reloaded.
Ah. So yeah. So Friday, day one, there were 1,006 players that played in the day one.
Yeah.
And anyone that didn't make it was able, or anyone that did make it, it turns out, was able to play in the second day one, where there were 1,184 players.
Also known as Saturday.
Weirdly, 42 people made it to day 2 twice. I don't know why, if they made it to day 2 from Friday, why they were even allowed to play on Saturday.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because, like, in all of the pro things that have been in place, that aren't anymore, forever, and even the ones that still are, if you're already qualified for a thing, you can't play in qualifiers for the thing.
Yeah.
But whatever, I guess because it's such a limited edition format that will never happen again.
I mean,
they made exceptions. I don't know. It just strikes me as very odd that, one, someone would want to sit through a day 1 of Sealed again, and then 2, they would be allowed to make day 2 again, because that's just taking slots away from someone else.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
I mean, like, progression was based on rank for this one, right? Not record.
What? Say that again?
Like, this is based on, like, your rank to determine if you made it the next day, not your record. Because if it's based on your record, you're not taking a slot away from someone.
Well, I mean, you sort of are.
I mean, you're still, like, you're playing against people who shouldn't be playing against you. That's definitely true, but it's not like, you know, it cuts to 128 and then it cuts to 128 again, but really only 90 get through the second time. Like, it's not like that.
No, I think it cuts to
smaller.
Everyone at X and whatever, X and 2 or X and whatever.
So, like, they're not making it smaller, but they are putting people up against someone who has already qualified and has nothing to lose by playing against them. Like,
right.
Which is different. Like, there is a very big difference if you're entirely there to, you know, whatever it is you want to get out of this. Get practice? I don't know.
Yeah, but since day 2 was draft? I don't understand. But whatever, apparently over 350 players played. This says drafted on Saturday. We're pretty sure this means drafted on Sunday, because otherwise this entire paragraph
doesn't make any sense.
Is literal nonsense. So, one, Channel Fireball, please fix some stuff, and 2, please fix some stuff.
Hey, this is the alpha coverage.
Yeah, it's gonna be an alpha for like 4 years. I can smell it.
I mean, how long does it take to release Arena?
At least that's in beta.
It's true, they made it there. As long as we're still black bordered, we're good. Um,
So, all right, let's go to the top 8, shall we?
yeah, we can do that.
So, Matt Sickink Jock. Hang on. That's something got hung.
I love that you choke up on the Johnson part.
Okay, let me try that again. Matt Sickink Johnson won the whole thing. Look, there he is. He looks so happy. He beat Yoshihiko Ikawa in the finals. Third and fourth place, in no particular order, are Max Mick and Charles Wong. And then the rest of the top 8 are Hunter Cochran, Tommy Harding, Bolan Zhang, and Marcus Long.
Playing limited.
Yay, limited. Good on them.
Draft well, play well, win.
Oh, Tintha said I wasn't mispronouncing this enough, so I choked.
That is admittedly how you work.
That's probably it, yeah. So, hey, next week is Dallas-Fort Worth, which is Modern.
GP Airport.
And apparently, there's going to be CFB video coverage. So, for everyone who complains constantly that GP coverage isn't a thing anymore, you better go watch it. You better go watch it. Because they're giving you all that stuff that you bitched and moaned is gone now. Okay?
See.
And so, yeah, there you go. That's Magic Fest Seattle. Yay.
Hurrah.
Is there anything else?
I think we've covered pretty much everything now, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's actually everything that we were going to talk about.
Yeah. So, given all that, you can find me on Twitter at SqueeGoblinNabob. There's no I in Goblin because apparently it was hit with Karn and restarted. So, alas, maybe next week.
No, when you say Karn, do you mean Karn or do you mean the Explorer Scope?
I mean Karn in a tube.
Okay.
I'm just assuming that that's just what that is. Like, you know how we refer to, that's like lightning bolt on a stick. There's like an isochron scepter that someone has jammed Karn into so that when you explore with it, you restart the game.
So when you bonk someone with it, the game restarts. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just how it works.
Makes perfect sense.
It's like when you were younger and you got lazy and you needed to restart the console, but you didn't want to get up. So you found like a pool stick and you hit the reset button with that. I mean, you were that lazy as a kid, right? Right? We all did that, right?
I mean, I have been known to reach out with my toe and try to hit the reset button on my NES.
Yeah.
Back in the day. I don't think I ever did.
Hey, if you were hardcore, you did it with your Super NES, which was way harder. You need like a rake for that. But anyway, yeah, you can find me on Twitter. It'll be fun. I make observations about what life is like when you're the Triceratops foot on the Megazord, apparently, and other crazy sword-told adventures. You can find me in person, not this weekend, but next weekend on Independence Day weekend at Cosplay America, which is a convention that I run programming for. We're going to have a lot of fun learning how to make stuff, and people are going to be there doing costumes, and we're going to be playing like checkers with human beings, and we're going to have tanks, and we're going to have robots. It's going to be nuts. So it's in Cary, North Carolina, week of July 4th. cosplayamerica.com. Check it out if that's your thing, or if you know people that like cosplay and that are in the area, they should also check it out. If you don't like making stuff but you still like being around people having fun, we do that too. So should be cool.
So how old is this con now?
This is year 5. Yeah, I think it was year 5.
Is it still doing that thing where it grows every year?
It's been floating around about the same size every year because it keeps swapping times and venues. That makes it a lot harder to grow. If I've learned anything about convention life, it's that you're at the mercy of hotel availability until you hit a certain size where they're like, yeah, okay, we'll plan around you. And so it's not quite there. So it has taken place in August and in October. The last 2 years, it's been in July because we're like, hey, America's in the name. Let's 4th of July this thing. And that's pretty fun. But yeah, right now we're sort of in that early summer spot. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
But I'm hoping that it can continue to like if it stays in the spot long enough, and like it's going to be there again next year too. So here's hoping it'll grow. Because as we get more guests, we get to do more stuff that I think is cool. Like this year, we've got the like two of the people that do the RB social media are going to be there, and they're going to teach us how to make the cool box art that they put on Twitter of all like the anime and video game nerd stuff. So that's going to be fun. We're going to have someone who's like made a tank that he can drive around because we're nerds and we do things like that. All kinds of stuff. Like there's a lot of social going on, so it'll be fun. Past that, I'm gonna go see Toy Story this week, so hopefully I will not be horribly depressed. I know nothing about this movie, and I'm happy to go into it not knowing anything about it. But if it follows the trend of Toy Story movies, I'm pretty sure I will never throw anything away again after seeing a fourth one. So if this place just gets more crowded over the weeks, you know what did it.
That is how it usually works.
Yeah.
A friend of mine saw it, and I asked her how many feels she felt.
Yeah.
Her response was, in all caps, all.
All. Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like the right number.
That's a Toy Story movie, yeah.
That sounds right. I've been enjoying the fact that there's pretty much been a movie I want to watch every week this summer. Like last week I watched Men in Black International, and that was a lot of fun. Like I'm treating it as Ragnarok 2, and it works. So I really enjoyed watching that. It was better than the other Men in Black sequels, so that's good.
I kind of liked 3.
I liked those too, but this actually felt like it wasn't just rehashing the same jokes. Like it's not just, and then here's another shout out to this thing from the first movie. Like it does its own thing, and it does it pretty well. So I like that.
Oh, okay, good.
Like it works pretty well. And then so like this week I'm gonna catch Toy Story because it came out last weekend. Next week Spider-Man comes out on Monday night at midnight. I'm not gonna see that at midnight. Like I've been spoiled by all these 7 p.m. debuts, so I'm not gonna see that at midnight. I'll probably see it like Tuesday night. But yeah, I got Spider-Man, so that's cool. And movies just keep happening, so awesome. I guess that'll be it for me. Like Cluze isn't here, but if he were, he would tell you to play red, not blue, and then he would hand it over to Chewie.
Yeah.
So, Chewie.
Hi, I'm Chewie. You can find everything that I do right here on twitch.tv/themanapool or on youtube.com/themanapool. YouTube right now, I'm almost done with 2 series. One is extremely long running. It's the Super Smash Bros. World of Light. It's almost done. I'm getting to the end, and it's glorious. And then the other one I'm almost done with is the Legend of Zelda Second Quest. I just rendered and uploaded the very first video of that from the final stream, which means after that there are only either 2 or 3, I think, videos left, depending on how I cut it. I think I'm gonna have to edit that whole chunk and then find where to make the cuts, because if I cut it in a place that makes sense, the last video was only like 12 minutes long, and I went, oh, well, now that doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah.
So I've got to fool with that, but that series is almost done, and I'm very excited because having 2, like, okay, World of Light has been going forever because it's a very long game mode. But Legend of Zelda has been going longer than the original Legend of Zelda because I know the first quest. The second quest is hard and I don't know it very well. So it took 3 streams as opposed to 1. But having 2 series running at the same time like that on the YouTube channel is a large pain. Because if there's anything else that I want to put up, I feel like I'm taking away from the people that are following those 2 series. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And because on top of those, I also have been playing, first it was Dota Auto Chess, now it's Dota Underlords, which is the standalone version by Valve of the Auto Chess mod. And I love it. I love it. If you have a phone or a computer, then you can play it. Unless your certain Android phones, in which case there's a problem. But other Android phones it'll work, and iOS it works, and plays on tablets that are newer than mine apparently. And it's
For
on
instance,
PC.
if
on
you have a
Steam.
Note 7, you shouldn't play anything.
No?
They explode.
Ah, yeah, maybe not that one then. But it's if you don't know what auto chess is, you should look into them because it's the birth of a new genre, and it's exploding. Teamfight Tactics, the League of Legends version, is going to be going public either tomorrow or the next day. The Dota one has been up for a couple weeks. Like the League of Legends one has been up for a week or so already, but it's only in their, like, what's it called, the public beta environment. It's not out for everybody. Once it is, I'll be playing that too. So I really love this auto battler genre. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know what it'll eventually be named. You remember when Wolfenstein 3D and Doom came out? Then all the other games of a similar genre were called Doom clones for a very long time before we had the first-person shooter nomenclature.
Right.
Well, we can't just call all of these auto chesses. So there's got to be a name. I'm pushing for auto battler because,
like, I feel like there was
sense.
already a name for that kind of game, but this is obviously popular, so we'll probably get named after this eventually anyway.
I don't know, but since auto chess is its own game now, it's not just a mod. It's it's its own game. We can't call it auto chess. So
Right.
I'm thinking auto battler. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for until something better comes along. I don't know.
What was it called in the old RPGs? Just like auto fight? Was that the command?
Maybe.
It was like a bunch of old games had this where you just pick auto fight and, like, it, generally speaking, the game would be stupid and waste your items, so you didn't use it. But it was meant to be a thing where you're like, oh yeah, I'll just wander through the dungeon, like, not paying attention, and, like, when you get into a fight, for the most part, they attack until their health is low, and then they heal or cast spells or something. But I think auto fight was what it was called. I know they even had it in Earthbound. Like, this is really old. Anyway, tangent. Carry on.
Fair enough. But anyway, so yeah, if you would like to give it a shot, it's on Steam, it's on mobile. Dota Underlords is, and it's free, and you can come play with me on stream. My last two Underlord streams have been almost entirely viewer games, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun to play with people that can hear you. So when I go, damn it, stop taking all of my whatever, or why did you kill me? I thought we was boys. Then they can hear me. Whereas if I'm playing against randos and I'm like, man, why'd you kill me? I thought we was boys. We're not boys. They don't know who we are. I don't know. It's a psychological thing. I enjoy it immensely playing with people. I'm gonna try to get Squee to give it a try, but
That's dangerous.
I don't see that working. But I'm gonna give it a shot. But anyway, so that's that's also what's going up on YouTube, by the way, is Underlord's stuff, and a pretty good amount of it. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this on YouTube the day it came out, later there will be an an Underlords video that comes with it. Because this will go up at 11, that Underlords video will go up at 1, my time. Anyway.
Haha.
Haha. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
But here on Twitch, we stream Monday Night Magic on Monday nights. We stream the Mana Pool on Thursday nights. And then on... Hang on. Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I stream other stuff.
Yeah.
And whenever Teamfight Tactics goes public, I'll be streaming that during the day as soon as the patch happens. So either the 25th or the 26th. As soon as that happens, I'm on it. I'm on it. And I'll be streaming that during the day.
Wednesday?
Do what?
Like tomorrow or Wednesday?
Tomorrow, Wednesday, yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
Like, articles around the internet say that happens on the 25th, but I found the actual Riot website's list of patches for the year, and it says the 26th. So I don't know. Whenever it happens, I'm on it, though.
Yeah.
So be sure to follow on Twitter at the Mana Pool, because that's where it'll be announced that I'm streaming. And I suddenly have hiccups and a headache. This is great. I love it.
You're gonna explode.
Hey, by the way, join the Discord server. It's awesome.
It's true.
Now, if you want to help support what I do, there are a variety of ways to do so. You can subscribe here on Twitch, or subscribe with Twitch Prime, because if you've got Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime. You should use that. You get one free subscription every month. You can go to Humble Bundle and shop using the Manapool affiliate link or partner link. I don't remember what terminology they use, but if you're listening to this or watching it, there's a link either in the show notes or down in the description. As a matter of fact, those of you watching live right now, if you look down, there's a link down there. At least I think there is. I'm pretty sure I put one there. Do you see one, Bill?
There's a lot of things down here. It looks like it, yeah.
Okay, there. Yeah, see, there you go. But that does help directly if you shop at Humble using my link. Then eventually, I will get paid. What else?
Nothing can be more humbling than a paycheck.
It's true. Also, the most direct way to help support what I do with at least one, here lately, more than one, YouTube video every day, and all the streams throughout the week, and 2 podcasts a week. The best way to do that is on patreon.com/themanapool, where you can sign up to be a lifeguard and get a variety of perks. You can get Manapool episodes and YouTube videos early. You can get access to the odds and ends, all the stuff recorded before and after both Monday Night Magic and the Manapool that is uncensored and unfiltered, just behind-the-scenes nonsense. Or you can get the Mythic Lifeguard sponsorship shout-out on both podcasts and on all the YouTube video end screens. For example, like this. Thank you to Kim Ho, Andrew Hunt, Al, Lance Delicious, Team Hellas Are You, Connor Kennedy, John Morris, Alex Gonzalez, Jeff Spencer, Stuart Slaw, PJ McMullen, Sophia Bertain, Casey, Faye Says, Daniel Liao, Jason Doan, Cody Buckowing, Jake Jansen, Jason Cowles, Gothic Man, Brian DeLucci, Stark Maximum, John Parker, Violet Moon, Aleph Cat, Dan Holm, Bartle, Sarah Jane, and the Beastfather, Aaron Goodwine. Who?
If your name was not mentioned and you want to participate in making Chewie pass out, this is the best way to do it.
It really is, yeah. Just
keep adding to that list.
Put yourself on that tier, and you can help me pass out. The hope is that will get big enough to where I actually can't do it, and I fall out, and I have to, like...
We are building up your lungs so that you can survive in inclement weather.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if I find myself in Denver, the thin air won't just kill me?
That's the hope.
Okay, cool. But anyway, so this has been Monday Night Magic number 658. And we're done. So thank you all so very much for joining us, and go play some Magic.